I came to US in June of 2876. From the beginning, it was a permanent thing for me. I wasn't happy living in Iran at that time. I was one of the rebel students. And so my parents, especially my father, was really concerned about my activities, even though it wasn't that much, but in their eyes, and because they are coming from the minority, they are Baha'is. So they were always scared and afraid. So they really encouraged me actually to not come back. I came to Utah for the first time, Salt Lake City, Utah. I arrived Salt Lake City, Utah on that day. And the reason I came to US because I fell in love with the guy that I knew from my childhood. And he was son of one of my very close family friends. And then we saw each other, we fell in love. And he was studying in Salt Lake City, Utah. So he asked me, why don't you just come to US and continue your education in US? And I applied for San Jose State to continue my education in anthropology, archaeology. And it changed my life. I was thinking the other day that how my perception, what I knew about US has changed because of studying anthropology, archaeology. I was aware of what has been done to the Indian-American and the atrocities. I never knew all these things, all these details. And the idea of the social justice, maybe this is not because for me, US always was the land of freedom, and still it is. But when I was studying all these things that happened to the Indian American, then I realized that there are other side of the US as well. So maybe that was the beginning for me to work with the, I guess, in the developing countries that maybe US has been guilty of doing many atrocities. Another reason that I started the work in developing countries, or the countries that I have worked, it was mainly because of the situation of the refugees in those countries. So it started with the situation of the refugees. When I'm thinking of that, maybe it was because my parents, they were both refugees. From when they were 10 years old, they used to live in the previous Soviet Union countries in Turkmenistan at that time. And after the Bolshevik Revolution, they were kicked out. It just attracted me. I have to do something. And it started, actually, my philanthropy work started from the refugee camp in Gaza. First time that I saw a refugee camp, it was in Gaza. So it started from there. And then in Tanzania, with the Burundian refugees, we started with the idea of bringing ICT, information technology, to the developing countries in order to help them handle education better, economic development better. So ICT as a tool. But first project that we had, it was in Tanzania, and it was for the Burundian refugees. There was 90,000 refugees in one camp that we have provided them access to the internet, computer centers, and there was no electricity, running water, nothing. But they had access to internet, to electricity through the solar panels and the satellite that we started for them. And then when I saw the impact of what they have done, they have brought people together. So idea of having a borderless and making people close to each other is happening in here because of all these technological innovation. I got interested to bring and to introduce this to the countries that I'm working, and I have seen the result.
An earthquake destroyed the ancient city of Bem, Iran, and its ancient fortress. About 26,000 people were killed. Renee Montaigne spoke to a relief worker who's been there for much of this year.
What Zohre Elahian found on the first day after the earthquake struck was a city eerily quiet and piled high with rubble. Partly with the help of Elahian's group, Relief International, the area is now full of sounds of rebuilding, slow rebuilding, mostly of schools, clinics, and businesses.
You can still see people that they are living inside tents, but majority are living inside the prefabricated containers.
Zohre Elahian says there are a couple of reasons why new permanent houses haven't gone up yet.
The taking care of the rubble, it took a long time. Second thing was they were thinking of moving the city of Bam a bit towards south. Traveling for us, it was very important. It just opens up many things for us. It just shows that we are all the same. I really feel that I can live anywhere at any time, and I enjoy every moment of it. I feel that I'm Palestinian, I'm Lebanese, I'm Jordanian. Wherever I have traveled, I have picked part of that, and they have picked part of me. So I belong to all these countries, really, and I can live in any of these countries.